The dignity of labor is the foundation of human success and nobility. And in the complex structure of human existence, labor, a standard of honor in Islamic tradition, is the fundamental pillar upon which the edifice of life stands. It is not merely a practical necessity for acquiring sustenance, but a profound natural force that bestows dignity, self-respect, and inner peace upon individuals. And the Holy Quran, the supreme source of divine guidance, declares labor an indispensable component of human nobility and success, as is evident in Surah An-An'am, and that there is not for man, except that good for which he strives. This declaration articulates an eternal truth: prosperity, progress, and fulfillment are achieved only through continuous struggle, and no alternative path guarantees sustainable success, for idleness breeds stagnation, while labor opens the doors of divine grace. Historically, the life of the Prophet Muhammad (PBUH 570–632 CE) is a shining example. Born in Mecca, he herded sheep in his childhood and engaged in trade for the Quraysh tribe in his youth, reflecting his honesty and diligence, and after prophethood in 610 CE, he continued preaching Islam for 13 years, despite severe opposition. Similarly, in the modern era, Pakistani scientist Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan (1936–2021) worked tirelessly for the nuclear program in the 1970s and 80s, making Pakistan a nuclear power in 1998, a great example of academic and technical struggle. While Pakistani social activist Malaha Lodi elevated Pakistan as global, standing through diligence in diplomacy and journalism since the 1980s, exemplifying the representation of Pakistani women globally. The Quranic concept of sustenance reflects the blend of human effort and divine wisdom, presenting two interconnected aspects: human effort and divine distribution characterized by wisdom. It is man's duty to utilize his abilities, work day and night, and make struggle his motto. Yet the belief that Allah is the ultimate provider keeps him balanced, protecting him from arrogance in abundance and despair in scarcity. Upon receiving sustenance, he expresses gratitude, and in case of scarcity, he exercises patience. As clarified in Surah At-Talaq, and whoever fears Allah, he will make for him a way out, and will provide for him from where he does not expect. Historically, Caliph Abu Bakr Siddiq 573 CE prevented the apostasy of Arab tribes and established social justice during his caliphate in Medina, from 632 to 634 CE, and in the modern era, Indian industrialist Dhirubhai Ambani (1932 to 2002) started a small business in Mumbai after returning from Yemen in the 1950s and founded Reliance Industries in 1977, which became India's largest company by 2000. While Pakistani business figure Mian Muhammad Manshah strengthened Pakistan's economy through MCB Bank and Nishat Group since the 1960s, becoming one of the country's largest industrial conglomerates by 2020. Quranic and prophetic teachings elevate labor to the status of honor and worship, highlighting its greatness in multiple places. Surah Al-Mulk states, "It is he who made the earth tame for you, so walk among its slopes and eat of his provision," commanding labor in the earth's expanses. And the Prophet (PBUH) said, "No one has ever eaten food better than that which his hands have earned," and indeed the Prophet David used to eat from the earnings of his hand, Sahih Bukhari, while the Hadith Tire Camel and Trust in Allah teaches the balance between practical effort and reliance on God. In the Islamic Golden Age, 750 to 1258 CE, Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi, 782–850 CE laid the foundations of algebra in Baghdad's House of Wisdom, leading to modern computer science. And in modern times, Pakistani social worker Abdul Sattar Eddy (1928 to 2016) started with a small dispensary in Karachi in 1951 and built the Eddy Foundation into the world's largest volunteer ambulance service by 2016, while Indian film director Satya J. Ray (1921 to 1992) gained global fame with Pathar Panchali in 1955, exemplifying the highlighting of Bengali culture through diligence. The logical necessity of labor is proven by scientific evidence and historical examples. As the Quran conditions the universe's blessings, minerals, crops, knowledge upon labor, iron mining, agriculture, sowing, harvesting, and water systems all demand effort, proving labor as a divine law consistent with cause and destiny in Islamic ontology. Scientifically, Angela Duckworth's 2016 book Grit shows that perseverance is the biggest predictor of success, with her West Point study 2004–006 revealing that students with grit had a 20% lower dropout rate, while Carol Dweck's growth mindset research 2007 indicates that the belief in enhancing abilities through effort increases success by 30%. Historically, in Andalusia, Abd al-Rahman, 3891–2961 CE, made Cordoba an intellectual center in the 10th century, where agricultural and medical advancements led to a GDP per capita double that of Europe. Angus Madison, 2007. And in the modern era, Steve Jobs, 1955 to 2011, founded Apple in 1976 and changed the tech world with the iPhone's invention in 2007. While Pakistani educationist Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, 1817 to 1898, founded Aligarh Muslim University in 1875, leading to the educational uplift of subcontinent Muslims. Divine distribution balances human labor with divine wisdom, as the Quran balances the emphasis on effort with divine sovereignty. Allah extends provision for whom He wills, and restricts it. Surah Ar-Ra'd. And the Prophet Pbuh said, if you were to rely upon Allah with the reliance He is due, He would provide for you just as He provides for the birds. Khalid ibn al-Walid, RA 592 to 642 CE, defeated a 100,000-strong Roman army with 20,000 soldiers in the Battle of Yarmouk in 636 CE. And in modern times, Indian scientist APJ Abdul Kalam, 1931 to 2015, led India's missile program in the 1980s-90s, leading to it becoming a nuclear power in 1998, while Pakistani sportsman Jahangir Khan won 555 consecutive squash matches from 1981 to 1986, a world record, an example of relentless effort. Tests and contentment link the fruits of labor with spiritual peace, as labor subjects humans to trials, and we test you with evil and with good as trial. Surah Al-Anbiya. And the Prophet Pbuh said, the upper hand is better than the lower hand. Sahih Bukhari. And Muslim, Caliph Umar ibn Khattab Ra'a, 634 to 644 CE, patrolled Medina at night. And in modern times, Marie Curie, 1867 to 1934, won Nobel Prizes in 1903 and 1911 after over 400 experiments. Pakistani actress Mahira Khan started her career as a VJ in 2006 and gained global fame with the film Raise in 2017. An Indian social activist, Mehta Patkar, led the Narmada Bachao Andolan since 1985, exemplifying the protection of rural rights. The wisdom of sustenance distribution guarantees social balance, as the Quran interprets unequal distribution as wisdom. We have distributed their livelihood among them in the life of this world. Surah as Aisha bint Abu Bakr 614 CE. Advanced women through teaching hadith in Medina. And in modern times, Bangladeshi economist Muhammad Yunus founded Grameen Bank in 1983, giving microcredit to 7 million poor women by 2006, and winning the Nobel Peace Prize. While Pakistani charity worker Ansar Birni worked for the release of prisoners and slaves in Karachi since 1980, exemplifying service to humanity. Avoiding envy links labor to collective progress, as desiring sustenance without labor contradicts Quranic principles, and do not wish for that by which Allah has made some of you exceed others. Surah An-Nisa. And the Prophet Pbuh said, envy is permitted only in two cases, Sahih Bukhari and Muslim. Elon Musk founded SpaceX in 2002 and made space travel cheaper by 2020. Pakistani cricketer Imran Khan labored in cricket from 1971 to 1992, winning the 1992 World Cup and becoming Prime Minister in 2018. An Indian business figure, Ratan Tata, built the Tata Group into a global company from 1991, reaching $100 billion revenue by 2020. The Quranic worldview guides human development through patience, gratitude, and contentment, as the message of the Quran and Sunnah is that labor is honor and sustenance is a divine gift. In the current era, where capitalism turns humans into machines and socialism discourages effort, the Quranic view teaches patience, gratitude, and contentment. Supported by OECD 2023 data showing 15% higher happiness indices in labor-valuing societies, and World Bank 2020 data showing Asian tigers, Singapore, South Korea grew GDP by 7% annually from 1960 to 1990, proving the importance of labor.